Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of LMC-TV Varsity Sports. I'm Antax alongside Rob Moretti, and on tap today is Rhinebeck softball against North Salem. Rob, at Class B semifinal, tell me about the game.
Rhinebeck actually really lucky they're on this side of the bracket. The two teams they lost to this year are playing in the other semifinal, those teams being Valhalla and Ardsley. So Rhinebeck, they've had an easy time getting to the playoffs so far, wins by scores of 16-1 and 15-0 through the first two rounds. So the biggest challenge today for Rhinebeck is to not play down to that competition they've seen in the first two rounds. Make sure they're up for this game. These two teams, although they beat North Salem 6-1 in the regular season, last year in the playoffs, it was a very close game. They needed a big sixth-inning hit to win it. So definitely keep your game up for the North Salem Tigers. They are dangerous.
So now in this 2-3 matchup, what are going to be the keys? Obviously, Diana King is going to be a key.
Oh, absolutely, and that's both inside the circle and at the batter's box. She's a force. Actually batting leadoff today, a little bit different look for the lineup from Coach Spedafino, but maybe get her on base. She can run. Maybe thinking it might be a close game. You want to see if you can get her that extra at bat or two by putting her earlier in the lineup. Aside from that, this is the North Salem team that can put the bat on the ball. You've got to make the plays behind her. It probably isn't going to be one of those 15 strikeout games, so you need to make the plays if you want to win the game.
Well, certainly a matchup of the 2 versus the 3 in Class B should be a dandy of a one coming up right after this. And back here for the first pitch at Rhinebeck High School in North Salem. Starting things off, you got Shea at shortstop leading it off. Then Putillo, Donovan. First pitch here from King is swung on and missed. Back to the North Salem lineup. Donovan hitting third. Panaccio pitching, hitting cleanup. Harris, the designated player, hitting fifth. Kaiser, Boardman, Devasarich.
Here's Dvoracek. That's a difficult one.
Yeah, Dvoracek hitting eighth. And
a lot of consonants in there.
Yeah. And Demilla, finishing things off ninth. The 1-1 swung on and missed. Strike 2 for North Salem defensive alignment. Across the infield, third to first, Miller, Cefaloni, Dunn, and Ligori. King on the hill, Yanuzzi behind the plate. The 1-2 swung on and missed, and that is the first K for Diana King. And
not too much of a surprise there from King, came right at her, and it's been going like that for a few years here at Rhinebeck.
King showing things off with the K early. And then finally, across the outfield, Fraioli, Walter, and DeSico, left to right. Now Patillo steps into the batter's box, swing and a miss on the first pitch. So aggressive pitching for Diana King to start things off.
You've got that kind of heat, might as well use it.
And the 0-1 swung on, fouled back, so now Patillo, the right fielder, down in the hole 0-2.
Rhinebeck got here with 16-1 win over Irvington, 15-0 win over Dobbs Ferry. I think people expected a closer game in that Dobbs Ferry game. That's to get here.
Just clipping the corner is Diana King. 2 up, 2 down on strikes. King 7 pitches, 6 strikes so far.
And she's been at a similar clip all season long. North Salem to get here. They beat Edgemont 15-0 in the first round. Then the quarterfinal, a 9-inning thriller over Westlake 3-2. I bring that up because the batter, Haley Donovan, got the walk-off RBI in the 9th inning on Saturday.
Swing and a miss there. North Salem trying to swing at a lot of things from Diana King and not doing too well at it.
You'd like to think that if a pitcher throws hard, that they're going to be around the plate, that they're going to be wild, excuse me. So you try to take, and then King's around the plate, so you got to swing. It's just not easy to do.
So now quickly the count 0-2 on Donovan. That one high and outside. So a rare miss for Diana King.
We've got a Twitter update, kind of surprising, from the other semifinal. Ardsley, before Valhalla's picked up a bat, is up 5-0.
Wow. Swing and a miss. 3 up, 3 down, 3 Ks for Diana King. Through a half of an inning, still scoreless. Back here at LMC Varsity Sports, bottom of the first. Leading things off for Rhinebeck is the pitcher, Diana King. She'll be followed up by Nicole Miller, Olivia Dunn, Sam Yanuzzi, Shannon Ligori, Brianna Cefaloni, Lindsay Walter, Jackie DeSico, and Katie Fraioli. Swing and a miss on that first pitch, strike. That one popped up, shallow center field, and that'll fall in there. So King is on with the first hit of the afternoon.
So maybe that strategy paying off right away, putting King in the leadoff spot. She's fast too. She's not your typical 3-hitter who doesn't run that well.
Showed bunt there from Miller.
You want to see that there from King, trying to force some action, make the defense throw the ball around. More often than not, something bad will happen for the defense when you do that. She can be a pest on the bases. That could work out in Rhinebeck's favor.
That ball high. Speaking of the defense, North Salem, third to first, Demella, Shea, Boardman, Dvoracek. I'll get there maybe sometime. That one just missing outside. Kaiser's behind the plate for Pinacchio in the circle. Across the outfield, Donovan, Gaspari, and Patillo. Left to right. That one in there for a called strike. Bringing, I think, the count full now. So it'll be interesting if Miller will show bunt again. She does. She gets it down and perfectly placed. Nobody picks it up. And Diana King hustles over to third base.
Little bunt single there, and I think the count might have been 3-1. But a great bunt there by Miller. Got it. Once she got it past the charging infielders, it was an easy single. King alertly saw no one covering third base and just scampered for it. Rhinebeck's all set up, first and third, nobody out.
And 3-hitter Olivia Dunn steps into the batter's box. She shows bunt 2 in the squeeze. Yeah! Everybody's safe, and 1 run is on the board.
Rhinebeck getting it done with small ball today so far. It was a big ball. The last couple rounds, I think Jackie DeSico with a couple home runs in the quarterfinal. Kings left the yard at least once in the playoffs as well. This time, a little bloop single and a couple bunts getting it done.
Just 1 hit, barely going into the outfield. The other 2 not even going back to the pitcher's mound. That ball is high to Sam Yanuzzi, the catcher and captain on the team. In there, called strike. Miller taking a few steps off a second there, but retreating. That one misses.
More showing bunt. You wonder if Rhinebeck might show bunt the first time through the lineup and then try to draw the infield in, try to hit it past in the second time up if they need to.
It's a good strategy.
Opens up a whole lot of options.
Just looking at DeMilla already way in, trying to field the bunt. And everybody's safe. Another bunt for a single. That's 3 straight batters.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Bases loaded, nobody out, and And we mentioned that 5-0 Ardsley lead, and that is so big for Ryan-Eck as we have a little conference with Coach Bob Middlestat in his infield. Ryan-Eck did lose to both teams this year, but the Ardsley game was a 1-0 game with a run that scored in the 7th inning. The Valhalla game was quite a different story. The Vikings, I don't know if they caught Ryan-Eck on an off day or something, but it was something like 18-2, something like that. It was fair to say not a close game, not the Panthers' best game of the year by any stretch. So you know Ryan-Eck would rather see Ardsley, at least they know that they played them competitively in the regular season.
Well, certainly a one-run game in the 7th at anybody's game there, and with the Valhalla game, you see why they were the 1 seed and Ryan-Eck the 2. So now Ligori steps into the batter's box, the big first baseman, sees that ball low for ball 1.
Before we get too ahead of ourselves, we just got another Twitter update. It's 5-3 now, so that's why Valhalla's a 1 seed.
In there, called strike, 1-1 now.
Valhalla and Ryan-Eck both ranked in the top 20 in New York State.
High 2-1 now on Ligori. Pinocchio definitely having to work a lot more than King did in her respective half of the first. Swung on and missed there from Ligori.
Out in front of that changeup. So they haven't really seen Pinocchio stuff that much because they've been bunting at everything.
Grounded up the right side. Everybody's safe on the misplay. So another run scores.
5 straight singles to start off the game for Ryan-Eck.
Not a bad way to do it.
That one by Ligori was probably the hardest hit one.
Cefaloni now the shortstop up for the Panthers. That one's low. Count now 2-0.
Suffice it to say, at this rate, it certainly won't be 0-0 in the 13th. It's like that Mamaroneck game we just covered. It was yesterday. That was a classic, but boy, that was a long game.
The marathon there. 2 pitchers basically pitching complete games.
Yeah.
In relief. Strike there, bringing the count 3-1.
Actually, both relievers in that game went longer than the starters.
Wow.
And the starters both pitched 6.
That one brings the count now full on Brianna Cefaloni.
Little action pitch here, bases loaded, full count.
And that one misses upstairs. Everyone advances, and another Ryan-Eck run scores. Bringing the score now, to 3-0. 3-0. Getting all jumbled with my numbers and terminology.
I don't know if this is what we expected. I know the Low HUD writers had said that they expected actually a closer game than we saw. It was actually in the semifinals of Ryan-Eck's tournament a couple weeks ago. It was a 6-1 win for Ryan-Eck. They had something like a 3-2 prediction, but they're going to have to shut the door here to make it 3-2.
And still nobody out. As now Lindsey Walter steps into the batter's box. The righty center fielder sees the first pitch low.
That's the other thing about this Ryan-Eck lineup here is something you don't see too often in Class B is 1 through 9. These girls can hit.
Walter, the 7-hitter today.
There's no easy outs. There's no slap hitter, slash and dash. Everyone's up there swinging the bat, trying to hit one of the outfield.
The 1-1 in the dirt, low, 2-1 now. Pinocchio deals, that one's fouled back. So a 2-2 count now. Hopefully you see for Pinocchio is laboring through this first inning. You see maybe this is an opportunity to get at least 1 out. Swung on and popped foul down the first base line.
I don't know if our mics picked up Pinocchio. I think she's putting a little something extra on those. But you heard her grunt after she threw that pitch.
Taking her time to get back into the circle. So now a 2-2 count again for Cefaloni. Or excuse me, Walter. Fouled back again, so we'll have another 2-2 coming up.
Still nobody out. And if you look out in the distance, there could be a storm brewing.
As of first pitch, it was all bright and sunny. Not so anymore. That one's lined into left field. 1 run will score. Ligori's held up at third. So now it's 4-0 Rhinebeck.
Solid piece of hitting there from Walter. Great at bat. I think it was a 7 or 8 pitch at bat there she put on. Fouled off some tough pitches, got one she could handle. Rhinebeck going station to station at this point, but really, the interest of getting this game in, they might just want to start running into some outs soon.
Strike one there to DeSico.
There's a pretty solid chance of some thunderstorms rolling through.
And while Rob, it looks like she's listening to you, as now the count quickly 0-2 on DeSico. Pinocchio deals, swung on and missed, 1 out. Now that brings up Katie Fraioli, the left fielder for the Rhinebeck Panthers, hitting 9 today. That one in there for a called strike. And we heard Coach Spedafino saying you have to make contact with the bases loaded and just 1 out. And she does that, grounds over to Shea at short, and Shea throws home to get the out there. So still bases loaded, but now 2 away.
Score that a fielder's choice for Fraioli. Ligori out at the plate, forced 5-2. Or was that Shea that fielded that?
Shea.
6-2, excuse me. Look at this now, Diana King up with the bases loaded.
Not exactly what North Salem wants to see, and only in the first inning as she drills that one into left field. 1 run will score, and that's all she punches in, but nonetheless, another run on the board for Rhinebeck.
Come on, Nicole!
You know, it looked like she got a good piece of it. It sounded like she got a terrible piece of it, and that's how hard she swings. I got off the end of the bat, line into left field for a hit.
Give it a ride, Nicole!
Making the score 5-0 now. Miller up now. Pinocchio deals, that one's high. So with Rhinebeck batting around, that shifts everything over in the lineup card. That one just clipping the corner for a called strike. That one in there for a called strike, bringing the count now 2-2.
If you're Pinocchio, you've got to stop it here.
That one just misses. Full count now.
You wouldn't expect King to give up 5 runs even in a whole game, but can't let the deficit get any bigger.
Good rip, let's go. Straighten
That
that
one
out.
popped back, so we'll have another payoff pitch. But certainly a 5-run cushion for King is more than enough, especially with the way she was dealing in that first inning. Swing and a miss, popped back up behind
Come on,
the
Nicole! Give it a ride!
backstop. Well, they're both times they're nearly at home plate and had to retreat to third.
Yeah, Walter better hope she doesn't rip one down the third baseline.
Pinacchio deals that one's line down the third baseline. 2 runs will score. Diana King coming around. 3 runs will score. And it's a bases clearing double for Nicole Miller.
Way to go, Miller!
This one's getting out of hand early.
So Rob, right as you said, she drilled that one down the third base line.
Well, luckily, you take your lead in foul territory, so that one fair down the line, nothing to worry about.
First pitch strike to Olivia Dunn. Swing and a miss on that one. Quickly now in the hole, 0-2. Pitch popped up, shallow left field, and going back for the grab is Shea. But so the North Salem Tigers getting out of the inning, but the damage certainly done as 8 Rhinebeck runs score, 8-0 after 1. Back here for the top of the second at Rhinebeck, and the damage done by the Panthers. 8 runs in the bottom of the first inning on 8 hits. Leading things off for North Salem, the pitcher, Anastasia Pinacchio. Looking to help her own cause here.
So we had a quick delay to clean off home plate. It got touched about 8 times during the last inning, so could be some footprints on there.
The Panthers batting around.
Batting around plus.
Yeah.
After the order like 1 1/3 times.
So now we're set. King deals. That one's high. Ball 1.
Now you could almost go into that let's get through this game quickly mode because there's a storm coming, there's a possible blowout brewing. Get through it, stay healthy, have your best game ready for the championship.
No matter who it's against, that one swing and a miss from Pinacchio.
I think that score is still 5-3 Ardsley in the second. About the same start time. Oddly, that game's being played at Ardsley. They had to move it from the 1 seed Valhalla, not sure why. A little home field advantage there for Ardsley, although they are still batting as the away team in that game.
Interesting little dynamic there. King gets set and deals to Pinacchio, swinging and popping it behind the backstop. So now Pinacchio has to shorten up her swing a little bit as 2 strikes.
Pinacchio's taking some pretty good cuts off of King. Definitely one of the more comfortable batters that we've seen.
That one just clipping, and Pinacchio not happy with the call.
You've got to be careful as when you're the pitcher arguing calls because you're going to want that call when you're in the circle. Looks like the umpire's going to talk to her coach as well, Bob Middlestad, and say, hey, look, pitchers can't complain about strike 3 calls or she'll be walking the ballpark.
Especially down 8-0, not exactly helping her cause. So now Kayla Harris, the designated player, steps in. King deals, swing and a miss from Harris, strike 1.
You can definitely see out in the distance that there are some clouds coming in. They look pretty heavy. I'm going to estimate the landing spot as middle 3rd inning.
Check swing down to the first base umpire, and they ruled that she did go. So quickly now, 2 strikes on Harris.
That's a luxury they have today too, is in the semifinal they bring in the 3rd official. That's actually true in most sports. They usually have 2 for a game and a 3rd official for semifinals and higher. So I believe that's across pretty much every sport in Section 1.
That pitch sails high. Now the 1-2. Swing and a miss. 5 up, 5 down, 5 Ks.
My goodness, Sam Yanuzzi, that had to hurt. That was a loud smack of the glove. That was one of the harder fastballs you'll see King throw.
The NYU commit certainly gearing up for college ball. Bringing up the catcher, Olivia Kaiser now, swing and a miss on the first pitch. Diana King continuing to deal. King sets, deals. That one popped up right near us, down the third base line. Settled under it is Miller. And so the first time that North Salem puts the ball in play, and it's a fly out to the third baseman Miller in foul territory. So with that, down goes North Salem, 1-2-3, and we head to the head to the bottom of the second. I'm just rushing this game along. Head to the bottom of the second, 8-0 Rhinebeck. Welcome back here, LMC Varsity Sports. Bottom of the second inning. Yanuzzi leading things off for the Panthers. Already up 8-0. Batted around plus in the first inning. Now Yanuzzi, the cleanup hitter, starting things off, and that one in there, strike one, so 1-1 the count.
See what Rhinebeck's approach at the plate is here in this inning. Came out swinging and bunting in the first.
That ball misses 2-1 now, the count. Yanuzzi bunted her way on last inning, swinging that one. Looks like it might have hit the plate, but umps rule it fair and she gets punched out.
I think if it hits the plate, it's fair. It's just often when it hits the plate, it tends to roll foul. That one just kind of died right in front of home plate. Essentially a swinging bunt.
So 2-3 on the putout. Ligori now comes in.
So it took Panaccio 8 batters to get her first out in the first. Now she gets the first one here in the second. That's a little bit of good momentum there.
And the cleanup hitter nonetheless. Ligori had an RBI base hit last inning. The 1-1 is high, so 2-1 now the count. Panaccio deals, swung on and over to second, and Boardman makes the play. So quickly now 2 away. Brianna Cefaloni comes up now. She walked with the bases loaded last inning.
Came around, scored a run as well.
First pitch is high. Ball one. And you have to think it's really important for Panaccio to get 1, 2, 3 here. She's gotten the first 2. That one sails in there for a strike. Try to get a bit of a rhythm going. Pitch outside. Panaccio deals that ball high. So 2 out here, bottom of the second inning. Rhinebeck putting 8 across in the first, swung on and popped back out of play. Cefaloni digs back in. Panaccio deals. Swung on and missed, and down go the Panthers, 1, 2, 3. Through 2 innings, 8-0 Rhinebeck.
As the first couple raindrops start to fall, Rob Moretti here with Ian Sachs, top of the 3rd inning. Class B softball semifinals in Section 1. And Maggie Boardman, the 7-hitter, due up first for the North Salem Tigers. First pitch from King, she slashes a bunt. Millerfield, throw to first is wild, goes out of play. North Salem has their first base runner, Boardman on second.
So North Salem taking a page out of the Rhineck book, trying to bunt their way on. Boardman does it and does it successfully and gets on second for it.
And the scoring question is, do you go single E5 or E5 all the way?
I go single E5.
I did that too. Now we can be friends. Another bunt. This one gets past King. It's to second. Nobody's there to get it. Dunn finally picks it up. That'll put runners on first and third. So North Salem might have a strategy here against King. That one obviously a clean bunt single.
Doing the same thing Rhineck did. It worked for the Panthers. Why not for the Tigers?
Coach Joan Spedafino goes out. I think she probably more wants to talk to her infield defense than necessarily to King. King's been firing strikes in there. But especially here, runners in the corners, no out. You have to know what you're going to do with the ball in the event that you get it.
Absolutely. And probably just telling her team just to settle down. They're up 8-0. One run is not going to kill them. Just don't worry about the runners on base. Just go after and get outs now. That's the most important thing. Get outs, advance the game.
What's the saying? Survive and advance. This will be the 9-hitter DeMella up to the plate. First and third, nobody out. North Salem trying to rally off King here, down 8. Shows bunt. This one's foul.
And why not? It already worked twice this inning. Go for a third.
If you're King, you might want to throw some of your pitches that have a little break, something to try to miss the bat. See what she does on 0-1. High heat, bunts at fair territory. Looks back, the runner throws her out. So one away. Dvorak advances to second. DeMella out 1-3.
Good play there by King to check the runner, make sure she's not going to come around to score.
So back to the top of the lineup for North Salem. Stephanie Shea, lefty swinger. Tries to slap hit, fouls it off.
Shea swung out, struck out, swinging, that's what I meant to say, in the first inning.
Another Ichiro style there, 0-2, and you see it more in softball. You start running before you really hit the ball and just kind of leave the bat out there to slap hit. Only works if you make contact. 0-2 now, so you'd think the bunt would be off. And there's strike 3. Strikeout number 6 for King. Now runners on second and third, 2 outs for Ariel Patillo. Another strikeout victim of King's earlier in the game.
King struck out the first 5 batters she saw.
Patillo shows bunt. Pulls it back, fouls it off. Woke up half her team. Ricocheted off that fence pole and made a loud ringing noise.
Hit the fence right above her teammates. Really a shot right at the fence.
Patillo shows bunt again and pulls it back, and same thing, fouls it off. So King, strike away from getting out of this little situation. No balls, 2 strikes on Patillo. Pitch, just missed, 1-2.
Patillo showing bunt there again. Surprising with 2 strikes, but maybe a little bit of a timing mechanism.
1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So North Salem threatens. They get 2 runners on with a couple of singles. Can't get them home. Shutout intact. We're through 2.5. 8-0 Rhinebeck on LMC-TV. First pitch in the dirt to Walter. So we're starting to see some more serious rain. Did I call it or did I call it? I said mid-3.
That it is. Bottom of the third, just starting here.
1-1 count now on Walter. Got a report from Charlie McGraw that in Bronxville it was pouring and the sun came back out. So we'll see if that system makes its way here. That's the opposite side of the county. 1-2 now on Walter.
Well, their first time up, RBI base hit down the third base line.
One-two pitch in the center field, base hit right off the Rhinebeck logo. And Walter's 2 for 2.
Gaspari misplayed it, but nothing bad, just dropped right below her as Walter couldn't really make anything out of that. And she's on with a single.
Well, it's raining now. Not terribly hard, but it is picking up. Fans are starting to disperse. Umbrellas are coming out. You have to think it might be a matter of time until we might have to go into a delay. As DeSico hits this one into right. Coming on to make the catch was Patillo for the first out. Now the skies don't look awful. I've seen worse.
There have been black skies before, and this is not black, just a little gray.
Well, if it stays like this, they should be able to at least get through the 4.5 if Rhinebeck's in front that they need. Count 1-0 on Katie Frioli. Now 2-0.
Frioli hit into a fielder's choice, then came around to score on the Miller double.
It sounded like thunder there for a second. It was actually a truck starting up in the parking lot. Some people unsure what they were hearing. But it's hard too, because when they want the game to continue, you'll hear people tell the umpires it was a truck when it wasn't. So this one popped up behind the plate, and this will go out of play. Count full now on Frioli.
The left fielder for Rhinebeck awaits a payoff pitch.
In the dirt, that's ball 4.
So the second walk issued today by Panaccio. So top of the order again now for Rhinebeck.
First pitch, a strike to King. King 2 for 2, 2 runs scored, 2 singles.
Both of them roped into the outfield.
I believe 1 RBI along the way. One low, let's count 2-1.
Yep, King leading things off today. So not exactly an RBI producing spot in the lineup, but still nonetheless does have 1 so far.
Count 3-1 now. Could be a good hitter's pitch for King. Ball 4. So that'll load the bases up for Nicole Miller. That sounds familiar.
I think we've been here before.
Last time a bases clearing double. This time a first pitch strike.
Miller 2 for 2. She was the first one to start the bunt brigade.
Popped up on the infield. Caught by Pinocchio, 2 away. That'll bring up Olivia Dunn. She's 1 for 2. Rain a little steadier now. First pitch strike to Dunn. Bases loaded, 2 out. Ryanek leading 8-0, all 8 runs coming in the first inning.
Still not too bad, the rain now.
That one low, and usually in softball they don't water the infield before the game, so now it's a nice watered infield. It's actually pretty nice.
And it does seem to be clearing up a little bit in the distance, so hopefully just a little passing shower.
Pitch to Dunn, hit on the ground towards short. Shea bobbles. Did not get the force at third. Everyone moves up a base. Run scores. It's 9-0. Is that a hit or a fielder's choice? Because she tried to make the play at third, but also didn't make it.
I give it a hit.
Nice little single there in the hole there for Dunn. Here's Sam Yanuzzi, takes first pitch strike. And when the rain comes, my stat sheet becomes less used. One fouled off.
Yanuzzi 1 for 2.
Little sun shower coming in right now. And we'll see if the umpire is, maybe he's going to check the circle, make sure it's still playable. Clean off the pitcher's, what's that called, the pitcher's plate? You don't hear that term very often.
Rubber?
The rubber. I think in the rule book it's called the pitcher's plate.
Now he's doing the hitter's plate.
Pitch in the air, center field. Gaspari, that's out number 3. So Ryanek adds 1 on 2 hits. Leave the bases loaded. 9-0 Panthers after 3 full here in the semifinals. Haley Donovan up to the plate. We've got a score update out of Ardsley. It's now a 5-5 game between Valhalla and Ardsley. In the other semifinal, the winners of that game and this game will meet in the final on Saturday. First pitch swing and a miss by Donovan, 0-1.
So we were getting excited when Ardsley jumped out to that 5-0 lead. Completely different ball game now as Valhalla has knotted things up.
Swing and a miss, strike 2, and it's getting pretty sunny out here now, Ian.
Yeah, it's still raining, but sunny.
As long as it doesn't snow.
That is for sure.
0-2 pitch, just missed. 1-2.
I don't think we've ever had a softball playoff game called for snow.
Not in this region of the country, no. 1-2, swing and a miss, pitch in the dirt. Yanuzzi applies the tag, 1 away.
The 8th strikeout now for King. Donovan down on strikes both times.
I think I said in the opening I didn't think this would be a 15 strikeout type day. Looks like I might have been wrong. Here's Pinocchio. Put up a pretty good at bat her first time up, but struck out looking on a call she didn't love. Swing and a miss at the first pitch this time, 0-1.
And as she left the batter's box, she kind of struck a line in the dirt with her bat, and home plate umpire didn't like that too much.
That one a called strike. She looks back.
So now she's in the hole 0-2.
No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Just missed outside, 1-2.
Looked like that one may have clipped, just missed clipping the corner.
Be a 1-2 count from King to Pinocchio. Popped up behind the plate. Yanuzzi gives chase, but it's well out of play. So we'll do it again.
And this at-bat seems very similar to the first time Pinocchio was up, as fouling several pitches off.
Well, with the high changeup that time, we've seen a lot of batters go after those, but Pinocchio disciplined enough, lets it go by, count 2-2.
Well, they figured King's a hard thrower and it's going to be near the plate, so go for it. But that's the great pitching of King, that she can change it up, go outside, go upstairs, and still get them to swing at it.
Good at bat here that Pinoccio's putting up.
And even though she struck out the first time and is yet to do anything here, you see why she's the cleanup hitter in this lineup.
Swing and a miss, strike 3.
So 2 strikeouts for Pinocchio, but still, she made King work several times.
Definitely one of the best at bats you'll see a hitter have against Diana King.
So now it looks like the rain's pretty much subsided. It's kind of nice.
Skies look pretty good for now. I don't know if there's anything else expected to come through. The future radar on weather.com, if that means anything, sort of had these little pockets coming and going. So we hope we're dry the rest of the way, but we'll see.
Still a lot of game left to be played, as we're only in the top of the 4th.
Looks like we have a pinch hitter at the plate.
Looks like Gaspari is hitting now for the designated player.
You can do that because Gaspari was the flex.
That was originally Harris in the lineup. Struck out the one time she came up.
So I believe that rule works just like the DH rule, is the player you're DHing for can hit, but then you lose your DH. Normally see that in an extra inning American League game or something when you run out of fielders and need to put your DH in the field somewhere. So Gaspari slashes, dashes, puts a lot of English on it, and it goes foul. A scary moment there for King, landing awkwardly. Looks like she's all right.
Smiling as she walks back to the pitching circle.
Count 0-1 on Gaspari. Fouls it off. Count 0-2.
So after both of those check swing contact making pitches, she's in the hole now 0-2.
King has struck out 4 batters in a row. Will it be 5? 0-2 pitch. Not on that one, 1-2.
And now this is where she's so dangerous. Gaspari, knees buckling there as that pitch was high. King basically can do whatever she wants here with the 1-2 count.
powers it faster but missed inside. Count 2-2. Called strike 3.
3 outs and all of them strikeouts.
King in double digits now. That was number 10. We're through 3.5. 9-0 Panthers on LMC Varsity Sports. First pitch to Ligori is a strike.
5-hitter in the Panther lineup. 1 for 2 on the day. Now quickly in the hole, 0-2.
Pinocchio comes out dealing. That one low, 1-2.
The announcer's jinx.
Diana King fell victim to the announcer's jinx pretty hard earlier in the season. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Down goes Ligori, third strikeout for Pinocchio. Diana King had a perfect game. And one of our announcers said it, and the 9-hitter got a single.
What inning was that in?
That was in the 6th.
That's a killer.
First pitch strike to Cefaloni. One and one. Cefaloni 0 for 1, walk and a strikeout, runs scored. I think that was an RBI as well. It wasn't a bases loaded walk in the first.
Yeah, drove in a run.
This one popped up out of play. The count now 1-2.
Most fulfilling walk to get.
Went for a low one, hit it towards short. Shayfield, throw to first. 2 out.
Coach Spedafino over at first trying to tempt the umpire and throwing out his arms is safe, but pretty clear there that Cefaloni was behind the throw.
They look pretty out to me.
Yeah.
I'm not the umpire. Count 1-0, Lindsay Walter, the hitter. She's 2 for 2, 2 runs scored. Like to keep that going. Bases empty with 2 outs.
Also drove in a run in the first inning, that 8-run rally.
One ball, 1 strike. I went outside, 2-1.
Sun really starting to break through now.
This one hit in the air to center. Gaspari coming over, makes the catch. Stuck out the glove, had to avoid the right fielder Patillo and put it away. So a 1-2-3 inning for Pinocchio. We're through 4 full, 9-0 Panthers. 6, 7, 8 due up for the North Salem Tigers. In the top of the 5th, it'll be Olivia Kaiser, the catcher, first.
Kaiser, the first one to put the ball in play.
Somewhat. It was in foul territory, but yeah, I guess you'd call that in play.
More than any of the first 5 batters.
Count 1-0 on Kaiser. Other semifinals still tied at 5. They're in the exact same spot. They're just starting their top of the 5th inning. Bunt attempt by Kaiser, bunted foul, 1-1.
Bottom of the lineup had success bunting on in the 3rd inning. So Kaiser trying to get a little bit of that action here in the 5th.
Shows bunt again, pulls it back, taps it foul.
Just getting a piece of it off the end of the bat.
I was actually impressed that she made any contact with that at all. It was not a great pitch to swing at.
Not a great looking swing either.
On count 1 and 2 on the Tigers catcher. King with the wind. Just got a piece again, fouled it off.
So barely staying alive is Kaiser.
Showing bunt on 1-2 again. This one drilled foul. Just outside of third.
Miller reaching over the line to make that grab, even though out of play.
Another 1-2 from King. This one tapped down the first base line. Fair ball, and it's an out, unassisted by Ligori.
A little bit of a half bunt, half swing on that one from Kaiser, as it just trickled down the line, and an easy play for Ligori.
I'll bring up Boardman. Bunt single her first time up.
She started that bunting brigade.
She got Miller to throw a ball away. She was on second, made it to third. This time showing bunt, fouls it off.
And you have to be wary of bunting those high pitches, getting under it, popping it up, and popping out.
This is why corner infielders in softball might be more important than they are in baseball, because you don't see as much bunting in baseball as you do in softball. That third baseman has to be able to charge and make a throw on the run. The 0-1. Bunted foul. Yanuzzi gives chase. It's off the fence. And the count goes 0-2.
And that's why we see Miller setting up about halfway between third and home almost, as she steps back a little now with 2 strikes.
See if Boardman bunts again or tries to do it the conventional way. Pitch. Takes it. The count 1-2.
Starting to try to do a little slap hitting there.
Just missed that time, 2-2.
Still not exactly a conventional approach from Boardman. First trying to bunt on and then trying to do the Ichiro slap hitting.
2-2 from King. Just got a piece, and she was behind that pitch.
So barely staying alive on that one.
The count remains 2-2. Umpire will take a quick second to dust off the plate.
Important to be able to see the dish.
That's why they come equipped with that brush.
Mm-hmm.
Good at bat from Boardman. See what comes of it. Another 2-2. Just taps it foul again.
And the North Salem hitters are getting on King somewhat, at least, with fouling pitches off now. Still haven't really put a lot of hits in play.
Fouled off again. This might get a car. No. Just off that fence that separates the parking lot from the field. It's not a very tall fence. It's about a 3-foot fence.
Very close to the North Salem bus. Almost hit a window there, but a little short for that.
2-2 for the umpteenth time. Count goes full.
Now we'll see how many payoff pitches we'll have it for this at-bat, as we had several 2-2 pitches.
My prediction will be 1, because it's just funny like that. Well, I was wrong. Foul off. So we'll do it again. 3-2, 1 out. Boardman putting up a 10-plus pitch at bat on King. Swing, and did she miss it or tip it?
I think barely tipping it, and then it ricocheted off of Yanuzzi's shin guard.
So you want to be a catcher. I think that one got her right in the gut. Could easily knock the wind out. He looks like Yanuzzi's okay back there.
So we'll have another payoff pitch.
Boardman showing off some skills as a contact hitter here. Chopped, foul outside third.
Certainly, whatever the result is here with this at bat, whoever gets on the right side of it will have earned it.
Three balls, 2 strikes, and a lot of fouls. Pitch. This one might be in play behind third. No, it's foul.
Would you expect anything else, Rob?
This is a marathon at bat to match yesterday's marathon game. Mamaroneck and Arlington baseball going 13.
If they want to get this full game in before another rainstorm comes, better end this at bat.
Maggie Boardman, the human rain delay. It'll be yet another 3-2 pitch. Fouled it off, and that might have been ball 4 if she hung back on it.
But just getting a piece of it is we're not going anywhere.
I've run out of euphemisms for full count pitches, but here's another one. In the dirt, ball 4. What an at bat by Boardman. Easily 15 pitches, if not more.
Easily. So many foul balls. First walk issued today by Diana King.
And she doesn't issue many, but see how many pitches it takes. They'll bring up Livia Dvorak. She bunts foul.
Yanuzzi came up on that one looking to go to second on it if it was fair. Dangerous play, but she had it right away.
Problem was she was standing in foul territory, so not much you can do with it except make sure that bunt's foul. Showing bunt again, this one fouled out of play, so not to be a broken record, but this is exactly how Boardman's at bat started. 2 foul bunts and then a really long adventure. No balls, 2 strikes, runner on first, 1 out. And that one settled quickly with a swinging strike 3.
We'll bring up the 9-hitter now, so with 2 away, King, you have to figure he'll go right after DeMilla.
First pitch, swing and a miss.
DeMilla 0 for 1 so far with a grounder right back to King.
Swing and a miss. Check down on the runner at first. She's back in time. How ironic would it be if after that long 15-plus pitch at bat, if Boardman got picked off leading off first?
Worked so hard to get there and then couldn't keep it.
So it'll be an 0-2 count on DeMella. Fouled off.
Do I see another 15 pitches?
Can you see that coming?
I don't think so.
If you can, please warn me next time. Chased one low, grounded to Miller. She'll go the short way to second. Not the right decision. First and second now with 2 outs.
And Miller, it looked like, could have gotten the play at first. She would have probably gotten the throw over in time, but opting to go for the shorter throw and not the right decision.
They'll turn the lineup back over for Stephanie Shea. She's 0 for 2 with a couple of swinging strikeouts.
And Kings had success against the top of the lineup. It's been the bottom hitters that have done the damage.
Shea fouls off the first pitch.
10 of 11 of Kings' strikeouts have come against the 1 through 5 hitters.
You wouldn't expect that.
No.
The 0-1. Called strike, off-speed pitch from King. And if you can throw the off-speed stuff for a strike and couple it with that fastball, well, you're probably pretty good.
That is Diana King.
0-2 to Shea. Punched foul. Nice play by Coach Middlestat.
Making the bare hand grab.
So it'll be another 0-2, long top of the 5th here. That one punched foul.
North Salem doing a good job battling against King, just haven't exactly put together any type of rally until a little bit now with 2 on.
0-2 again. Rolled out towards short. Cefaloni flips to Miller just in time for the out.
Beating out a diving Boardman.
The force out goes 6-5. We're through 4.5. 9-0 Rye-Neck. They're coming back up to hit next on LMC Varsity Sports. First pitch, Jackie DeSico is outside for a ball. Valhalla just took a 6-5 lead on Ardsley in the other semifinal. Line drive right to DeMella. 1 out.
Beautiful grab, getting the glove out over the bag for the punch out as 8-9-1 here for Rye-Neck.
So here's Frioli. Ball 1.
Frioli 0 for 1 with a fielder's choice and a walk.
One in for a strike. Count 1-1.
Came around to score on that fielder's choice.
Frioli fouled that one off, was late on it.
It'll be important here for Pinacchio to get Frioli out as Brianna King on deck and leading things off as the #1 hitter today.
In the dirt, 2-1.
Frioli, the left fielder for Rye-Neck.
She's 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. That one popped Foul out of play. Count 2-2 on Frioli.
So after that 8-run first inning, Panaccio settled down since and only given up 1 run.
That one fouled off. Popped up behind us into the crowd. A failed catch attempt by a fan.
2 high school age guys going for it, but neither one coming down with it.
Didn't bring the gloves today.
No.
Ended up costing them. Count still 2-2 on Frioli. On the ground towards second, played there by Boardman and got through.
Bounced off her foot and bumping through.
We'll go E4 on that one. Well, I don't know. Technically, it has to hit the glove, right?
Yeah, but she misplayed it.
Our scoring isn't official, we'll tell you that. Runner on first, 1 out for King.
We'll just stick to the announcing.
Ball 1, check back to first, Frioli's back.
Dangerous move there by Kaiser as she tried to get the out at first. That ball rolls into the outfield and could be runner in scoring position with Diana King up.
Count 2-0, so goes from dangerous to more dangerous to extremely dangerous at 3-0.
Seems like maybe Panaccio might be issuing an unintentional, what seems unintentional, intentional walk to King. Just doesn't want to face her.
There's ball 4, doesn't have to face her anymore. Third walk of the day issued by Panaccio, 4th walk, excuse me. 2 of them have been to King.
Pretty telling after what King did in her first 2 at-bats with 2 singles into the outfield.
First pitch strike to Miller. 2 for 3 with a huge 3-run double back in the first.
That capped off that 8-run inning. The last 3 runs scored by the Panthers there.
She gets some words of advice from Coach Joan Spedafino. The 0-1. On the ground towards short, Shea fields. Safe. Frioli too quick to the bag. Bases are loaded for Reineck.
Now you have the heart of the lineup up 3 and 4 hitters. So not exactly where North Salem wants to be.
Olivia Dunn, though, 1 for 3.
A pair
Count 1-0.
pair of RBIs in the process.
That one low, 2-0. Nowhere to put Dunn. Bases are loaded full of Panthers. 3-0 check on the runner and close play. Frioli just got back.
Panaccio not happy with the call saying that Frioli got back in time.
That one a strike. If I were a coach, I would tell my pitcher not to complain to the umpires.
Good advice.
And that's ball 4, 10-0 Panthers.
Not exactly the close game predicted by the Journal News. Close game and low scoring.
That wasn't true. So Coach Bob Middlestat wants to have a quick talk with his infield. We'll take a quick break and come right back on LMC Varsity Sports. Sam Yanuzzi up to the plate. Base is still loaded. And 1 out here in the 5th. That's ball 1.
Cleanup hitter in the lineup. 1 for 3 today with a run scored.
Well, no, another check back at third. King is back in time.
So it's King at third, Miller at second, Dunn at first.
And a 2-1 count on Yanuzzi, the freshman catcher. Line up the middle, base hit. King scores easily. They're going to send Miller to the plate, cut off by Panaccio. Fakes the throw, and they try to get Dunn off second, but she's safe. So a 2-run single for Yanuzzi, and it's 12-0.
Panaccio faking the throw to the plate, trying to get Dunn to come off a second. She does for a second, but back in time.
So it bears mentioning that there is the 15-run mercy rule after 4.5, 5 innings, and that one a first pitch strike to Ligori. Reineck needs 3 more runs, and they can walk off the field.
And just 1 out in this inning, so definitely with the way they've been hitting so far.
Right back to Panaccio. She'll take the force at first, go with the short play. So that'll move the runners up. And it'll bring Brianna Cefaloni to the plate. Looked like Panaccio had a play at third if she wanted to, but we saw Miller in the top of the inning elect to go for the lead runner and have it not work out, so maybe that in the back of her mind.
And I think she's at the point where she just needs to get outs here. Down 12-0, an extra run might not be the biggest deal.
In the air to center. Gaspari makes the catch, and that's the inning. So Reineck strikes for 3 more. They lead 12-0 as we head to the 6th in the Section 1 Class B softball semifinals on LMC Varsity Sports.
Back here, top of the 6th inning, Ian Sachs alongside Rob Moretti. Reineck very much closing in on a berth in the championship game as they're up 12-0. Diana King starting. Ariel Petullo off with a strike there as Petullo fouls it back. King working on the shutout today. Allowed just 2 hits as that one swung on and missed by Petullo.
It seems like every year in the finals it's Reineck and Valhalla, and it's shaping up that might be what it is again this year. It's Valhalla leading 6-5 at about the same point in the game over Ardsley.
Fouled it off, Petullo. The right fielder is 0 for 2 today, pair of strikeouts. 1 swinging, 1 looking. And that one's down on strikes, looking. Petullo's 3rd strikeout of the day.
Get out the hats.
King has
plenty more potential for more of those too.
Yeah, King has had a lot of success against the top of the lineup as the top 5 hitters have now combined for 11 strikeouts.
And she's got 12 on the day.
Fouled off down the first base line. Donovan, left fielder.
Haley Donovan, the walk-off hero on Saturday for North Salem in that 9-inning win over Westlake 3-2 in the quarterfinals.
And for Rhinebeck, they really haven't had a close game to date in the playoffs, winning both of their first 2 round games in blowouts, and now this one leading 12-0 in the 6th. Fouled back, out of play. Hit a tree over there down the first base line.
And Rhinebeck, you know, they have a good program. When you have a good team perennially in a small school class like Class B, you're going to have a lot of blowouts on your schedule.
And when you have a phenomenal pitcher like King, that one poked through. So Donovan on with a single, and now the ball gets away. She heads to second. The throw not in time. Donovan in there on second now.
Going single in E7 there.
So that'll bring up Pinocchio, the cleanup hitter and pitcher for North Salem, who, even though she has 2 Ks on the day, really has battled against King and had some very good at-bats.
But you can tell the difference that Rhinebeck, even though it's a 12-0 game, but it's been closer than that. North Salem's hitters have been just, especially the last couple innings, just a little bit off against King.
And Pinocchio really starting things off as the first one to really get on King's pitches, and then it kind of trickled down from there. First pitch popped up, skying in the infield. King settles under it and makes the grab barely. The ball almost popped out of her glove.
We should point out that when Diana King isn't pitching, which is rare, she does play the outfield. She knows her way around a fly ball.
So now 2 away here as Kaspari steps into the batter's box. Weekly swings on that one and misses. Spot was originally Harris in the lineup, the designated player. Batted once, and then Kaspari took the spot. Now 2 strikes on the center fielder. So King 1 strike away from getting out of this inning. Missing a little high.
A little flinch out of the umpire there. He thought about ringing her up.
But still a 1-2 count, so pitcher's count for King. Just clipping the bat. Barely staying alive is Kaspari. Pitch from King popped up and lined right back to her. So a single by Donovan, but she's stranded on first. Through 5.5, it's 12-0 Rhinebeck. Back here, bottom of the 6th inning, pinch hitter Nicole steps into the batter's box. That pitch high, missing. Oh, 1-0 now.
Someone better tell Frank Spedafino the play is live. He's standing against the fence, fixing his lineup card. And if Yanuzzi's late on a pitch, that won't end well.
Swung on and missed there, so the 1-1 swung on and missed again. Looks like now he's stepping over to the first base coaching
He's
box.
fearless.
The 1-2 is outside, 2-2 now.
We see some more dark clouds well on the horizon, but I think we'll probably be able to finish this one before it starts to rain again.
Swung on and missed. So Yanuzzi down on strikes.
That'll help to get us through. Another pinch hitter, this is Lauren Valarelli coming up to hit for DeSico.
Valerelli, the senior infielder and outfielder, so flexible in the field. First pitch strike. The 0-1 swung on and fouled off. Count now quickly 0-2.
Valerelli, a real star on the girls soccer team. Speedy, quick.
And that's a luxury when you're up 12-0 in the sixth. You can bring in some of your pinch hitters. Just clipping the corner, and Valerelli down on strikes. So now 2 away here.
And what do you know, another pinch hitter. It's Rosella Salinitro hitting for Frioli.
Salinitro, the junior left fielder. Missing upstairs.
Gotta remember, this will be the last home game too, no matter what Rhinebeck does from here on out. Section final slated to be played at North Rockland, and then regionals, all predetermined sites. I'm pretty sure none of them will be here.
Popped up, back out of play. Trying to make the play is Dvoracek. She falls and unable to come down with the ball, so back to the batter's box goes Salinitro.
Our cameraman over there, BJ Persampieri, had a duck out of the way, but I don't think he affected the play, just trying to keep everyone safe. No one wants to run into a bunch of sticks. Which is essentially what a tripod becomes when someone runs into them.
That ball low. Pinocchio taking her time, deals. That one, a little flare up to Shea, and she makes the grab. So 1, 2, 3 go the Panthers in the bottom of the sixth. We head to the seventh. Rhinebeck 3 outs away from going to the Class B final. Back here for the top of the seventh. Rhinebeck closing in on the Class B final.
And some storm clouds closing in on us, so we better hope this goes quickly.
King deals first pitch to Kaiser in there for a called strike.
I don't look now, but who's on deck but Maggie Boardman? Put up that 15 pitch at bat in her last at bat, ended up walking.
Oh boy, that one popped up. Settling under it is Yanuzzi, 1 away. So now 2 outs away are the Panthers.
We do have a final score, yeah, in the other semifinal. Valhalla came back. They were down 5-0, scored 8 unanswered to beat Ardsley 8-5. That'll be the opponent for likely Rhinebeck in 2 days' time.
Pinch hitter now, Olivia DeSanto, the freshman shortstop.
Thank goodness it's not Boardman again.
King deals, strike.
Valhalla, 4-time reigning champs in Class B. I think every year they've beaten Rhinebeck at some point in the playoffs, and usually it's the final.
Those two perennial powers matching up again in the championship. That one fouled off.
I think I just saw 2 tiny raindrops.
Uh-oh. Fortunately, we're just 2 outs away from completing this game. King deals the 1-2. High. 2-2 now. DeSanto waits for the pitch. King deals the 2-2, swung on and missed. So another strikeout for Diana King.
Wait a minute. She's still up there.
Thought that was strike 3.
I already wrote it in the book. She better strike out swinging.
That ball low now.
I don't know if maybe she just barely got a piece of it. Normally you think with a metal bat you'd hear it.
Yeah. Not quite sure. But nonetheless, DeSanto still up at bat. That one tie. Got to be a full count now.
That's the walk.
Well then. So things get a little more interesting as DeSanto draws a walk. And that'll bring up Olivia Dvoracek.
It's like first Sam Yanuzzi wants to have a quick chat with King.
Just make sure they're on the same page. Don't want anything to get out of hand here. Not quite that the outcome will be in danger, but still, with the championship game 2 days away, you want to try to conserve King as much as possible.
The lucky thing is in softball, you can just go all day.
With the natural pitching motion of underhand. King gets set and deals. First pitch high to Dvoracek. First baseman 1 for 2 so far today with a bunt single and a strikeout. That ball low. Coming up firing is Yanuzzi, but back in time is DeSanto. And King deals the 2-0 in there, called strike.
A little extra mustard on that one.
You definitely heard it when it hit Yanuzzi's glove. The 2-1 from King, swung on and line deep to right field. That ball hits the wall. DeSanto's coming around to score. And in there with an RBI triple is Dvoracek. So North Salem is on the board.
There goes the shutout, and they didn't, it wasn't cheaply. Dvoracek got his money's worth on that swing.
A shot from Dvoracek. So now that brings up DeMella. Swings at the first pitch, miss. Number 9 hitter in the North Salem lineup. King deals. The 0-1 swung on and missed. 2 strikes now. So she doesn't seem rattled at all that the shutout is gone. Grounded down the first base line, foul. North Salem's assistant coach tried to make a play on it. King gets set, toes the pitcher's plate. Deals and swung on and strike out, strike 3. DeMella, 2 away now.
Now in the pregame, I said that this wouldn't be a 15 strikeout day for King, and what do you know? She's got 14 strikeouts with 1 more out to get.
Oh boy. And stepping into the batter's box is Stephanie Shea, who's already struck out twice today. And there's strike 1. And
there is nothing more than the baseball and softball gods love more than to make me wrong.
So Shea 0 for 3 today, 2 strikeouts. King deals. That one's popped up, fouled down the third base line. Pretty close to where we're standing.
Athletic Director Joe Seglia protecting some of the spectators here. Nice box out there, Joe.
So now Shea down to her final strike. King deals the 0-2. Popped up in almost an identical spot.
Make sure the fans are awake out there.
So we'll do the 0-2 again. That ball's high. 1-2 now. So Rhinebeck, provided they get this final strike here, will move into the championship. A matchup of 1 versus 2.
Just the way they like it.
All chalk. King deals. Swung on, check swing. Cefaloni makes the throw over to Ligori, and that's the ball game. 12-1 Rhinebeck.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for your support. Thank you.
And so with that, we will have many post-game activities after this. We'll have some interviews, and Rob and I will be back to wrap it up right after this. Rhinebeck 12, North Salem 1.
Back on the post-game show now, joined by the Panthers' Diana King. Diana, another dominant performance in the playoffs today. Is it hard sometimes to focus when you're up by so many runs?
I mean, it is, but then you just have to keep thinking, like Mr. Sped says, play like it's nothing. It's just another inning, another batter. So every inning, we always say to each other, okay, just play the 3 outs and that's it. So we don't really think about the score.
You have Valhalla coming up again in the championship.
Yeah.
Obviously, the last time you played them, it didn't go the way you wanted. What has to change to get the championship on Saturday?
I think we have to string a lot of hits together because last time we were hitting it, but it was right to them. So if we just keep getting a lot of hits, putting it in places where they're not, then we'll eventually score enough runs to win.
It's your last home game here as a Rhinebeck Panther. Thoughts on your career here at Rhinebeck?
It's been great. I mean, I love the coaches, love the team. Everyone's so supportive. We always have a nice fan base. So it's just a very nice community, and I love playing here. So I'm going to be sad to leave it.
Ian Sachs here now on the post-game report with Nicole Miller. And Nicole, you came in with that huge bases clearing double in the first inning. Just take me through that at-bat and how good it was to put up 8 runs in the first inning.
I mean, it felt really great. I definitely went up to bat confident, and that really helped me pull off the hit that I had. So.
And now,
yeah, that's it.
And now, how important is it to strike early, especially in a game that the Journal News predicted would be 3-2?
Yeah, definitely. When you start off really well, it helps set the tone of the game, and I think that's really what helped us come off with the win today.
And now a matchup with Valhalla, the 1 seed in the championship, a rematch from last year. How important is it going to be, and how much are you looking forward to it?
I mean, it's going to be a really, really good game. They're definitely tough competition, but I think we've been practicing really hard, so I think we can definitely pull it off.
Joined now by Panthers coach Joan Spedafino. Coach, you're back in the finals again. Diana looks great in the circle. The bats have been alive all the way through the playoffs. You have to feel good going into the finals on Saturday.
I feel great. I think the girls have worked extremely hard. That first inning especially, we set the tone, and they just kept working harder and harder. North Salem did a nice job. They got some runners on, and we held them. So I was really impressed. Good game today.
The last time you played Valhalla, not the result you're looking for.
No, it was a bad day. We're not even going to talk about it. No, but
we won't talk about it. Yeah.
But we learn, and we need to come out and play flawless tomorrow. We know that Saturday, and we know that.
And specifically, what do you think needs to change to kind of change the result there?
I think we need to play our game. The first time we played them this season, it wasn't our game. We weren't thinking, we weren't prepared, we weren't hitting. I mean, all the components we've been doing for the last 3 games. So that's what we need to do. We need to play our game.
It's the last time here for your seniors, especially Diana, Nicole as well, and a couple others. What are you going to miss about this senior class?
Everything. There's no one thing I wouldn't miss. They're great kids. We were at the board meeting last night being honored, and I just look out at them, and I'm just so proud of all of them, and they have just continued the tradition here of just having fine athletes and fine young women. So I'm going to miss them very much.
Back here at LMC post-game report, Ian Sachs, Rob Moretti, and the Panthers coming out, showing the offense early, 8 runs in a 12-1 victory.
Oh, yeah, they were in cruise control after the first inning, and it kind of mirrors the first 2 games they had in these playoffs. And the thing is, the first two games, Irvington, you kind of expected it. Dobbs, you expected a closer game. It didn't happen. Today, I think everyone expected this to be a real test for them, and I mean, if it was a real test, boy, did they pass with flying colors.
Absolutely. Well, last year these two teams met in, I think, the same round, and it was a great game. And it looked like it was going to shape up to be another one, 2 versus 3, but not so, as the Panthers cruised. Valhalla, the 1 seed, did have some problems with Ardsley, though.
Ardsley, they were an underrated 5 seed for sure, and I think everyone knew it. It's just the way their schedule played out that they ended up getting the 5 seed. Probably, I think anyone who follows softball in Section 1 Class B would say that Ardsley, Rhinebeck, and Valhalla would be the top 3 teams in Class B if you were to seed them just based on reputation.
So now it's a matchup of 1 versus 2 in the championship. You heard Coach Spedafino saying that the last time they played Valhalla, it was not this team. They had to learn a lot from there, and we'll see how much they did learn on Saturday. So for Rob Moretti, I'm Ian Sachs, signing off from Rhinebeck High School with the Panthers cruising to the Class B final with a 12-1 victory over North Salem.